This tutorial is designed to help you measure sweat losses and understand fluid requirements following exercise. The first calculation we're going to take you through is sweat rate. And we're going to use the example of Chris, who's just run 10 kilometres in 50 minutes. We weighed Chris before the run at 75 kilos and his finishing weight was 73.8 kilos. He consumed 300 mils of water during the run and there were no toilet stops. Sweat rate is calculated in mils per hour. It's equal to the total fluid loss from sweat over time. So if you drink, the fluid consumed masks some of the sweat losses that you've seen, and if you stop to go to the toilet, the fluid losses do not reflect sweating. So in Chris's example, his body weight change is 75 minus 73.8 or 1.2 kilos, which we say is 1200 mils. You need to add the 300 mils from the drink, and that leaves a total fluid exchange of 1500 mils. You divide that by 50 minutes of exercise and you work out that his sweat rate is 30 mils per minute. You need to multiply this by 60, you end up with a sweat rate of 1800 mils per hour. Calculating dehydration percentage. Using the same example, the dehydration percentage is the body mass change over time. There's no need to cater for the fluid that's being consumed, for this offsets the dehydration. And if you do have a toilet stop, the fluid losses that you see are not related to sweating, hence you need to adjust the starting body weight. Chris didn't go to the toilet, so in his example, he's lost 1.2 kilos. That 1.2 kilos needs to be divided by his original body weight of 75 kilos. That leaves you with 0.016. You multiply that by 100 to turn it into a percentage, and you end up with 1.6%. Remember, our aim here for individuals is to keep this value less than 2%, because it's at 2% we start to see more obvious signs of performance decrement because of dehydration. Calculating fluid needs, relatively simple. For rapid rehydration, the replacement guidelines suggest that you have 125 to 150% of the fluid deficit. So again, there's no need to account for the fluid already consumed. In Chris's example, again, we have a 1.2 kilogram or a 1200 ml fluid deficit. So you just times the fluid deficit that's remaining by 1.25 or 1.5 to get the two percentage values, and that comes out to be 1500 mils to 1800 mils of fluid.